Okay, so have you ever felt like just giving up? I mean, totally like throwing in the towel, saying, you know what, Lord, I quit. Can't deal with this no more. Like whether it's your job or a friendship or a relationship, and you're just like, I'm done with this. Well, then this is the right video for you. Now, I'm going to give a mini testimony about something that I wanted to quit, and just having God kind of usher me through that feeling in that season. So stay tuned and watch the video, okay? Okay, so really quickly, I just want to give like a mini testimony about just not giving up and not throwing in the towel, and basically how God ushered me through a season of just doubt. Okay, and this is gonna be really, really quick because it's hard to, talk about that topic in just one video, and I'm sure I will be talking about this in future videos to come. So don't worry if I don't cover certain things, or if you feel like, oh, I want to hear more, there's definitely more to come. So before we get started, I just need to do a little snack break. I'm sorry, y'all. Gotta get, and you can't judge me because we're not fasting no more. So, and if my sister's watching this, I'm gonna do my diet later on. You need to chill out, okay? Anyway, basically, without going into too much detail, I used to work at this little store. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Walmart. And basically they work you like a Hebrew slave, if I can say that. Anyway, so I worked there for about 9 months, and at the time I was really shooting for a year, and it was getting closer and closer to that time, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting in all this work, whatever, but it just started getting more and more difficult to maintain that job. And it was like issue with transportation, and then issues with the management there, because their retention is horrible, at least the Walmart that I'm at, okay, or that I was at, and they're in and out. That's all I got to say. So at least my manager, because I was a cashier. So, and then also just the anxiety that was coming with being a cashier and dealing with people, face to face. And, I just was really challenged by that. I'm not going to go into too much detail of that. It's a whole different video. But anyway, so at this time, I'm getting closer to the 9 months, or to the year. So it's at the 9 months mark. And I'm just like, God, this is getting hard. And I'm talking to my dad, who's a pastor, and I'm talking to my mom, who's an evangelist. I'm talking to my sister. I'm talking to my friend. I'm just talking to everybody. Like, what can I do? Like, how can I stay here? I want to quit so bad. Like, this sucks. And and then it was looking like my job was already in jeopardy anyway, which, I mean, they fired me, but let me tell you how God works. So I wanted to throw in the towel. And when I say throw in the towel with that, I mean not just my job, but with God. Because I was like, you know what? I was unemployed for a real minute, and I was already going through a difficult season just because of, different other different things that weren't going right. And, I just really didn't know what direction my life was going into. And I was just very disappointed in God and the things that I felt like, okay, I thought you wanted this for me. I thought shouldn't I be able to get this and that? I'm what's going on here? Anyway, so when I say throwing the towel, I mean like to that point where it's like, I like stopped going to church for a long time, and that's going to be a whole different video too, about what happened when I stopped going to church. That was about a year as well. So interesting. But God really took me through a moment where he was just like, you need to learn how to trust me. And in that, I one of the prayers I always pray is not my will but yours. And sometimes I think I took that so lightly, but he let me know, oh, this ain't a game, you know. And one of the scriptures that sticks with me to this day is, you know, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Like, that lean not to your own understanding part was so key. So anyway, fast forward, I ended up getting fired from that job, and I was sorely depressed. I was like, okay, now I'm fired from this job. I already wanted to quit, but the fact that I was fired was just like salt in the wound. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I boohoo cried. I know some people, they can get fired, walk out, it ain't nothing. I'm very emotional, so I boohoo cried, and I was just like, you know, God, we gonna have to talk because this ain't working out for me. And I thought you was, you know, I thought we had this thing together, and lean not to your own understanding, lean not to your own understanding. So what's so crazy is a friend of the family, a friend of mine, I should say, he basically was like, oh yeah, we're hiring. It's actually time for the next class to come in. It's like, I was fighting so much for this job and mad and ready to give up on God, and he was lining it up so that I could have an even better job, the job that I have now. And so it was just when I tell you the way my hiring thing went, it just went so smooth from, you know, applying, and then I had the recommendation, and then the interview was like a breeze, like. And then the testing, I was doing the test. I was like, this is not difficult. You know what I mean? And, you know, other people, they didn't tap you on the shoulder, but they like called certain names, and those certain names, they didn't make it to the next phase. And it was just like so interesting. And it was very humbling, you know, when I saw God was just moving mightily. And basically he was just showing me like, you need to trust me. You need to understand that I have your back. And all this, you know, he was crying and whining basically. I have this in control. And so that is basically my message for today, is that, you know, trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding. And when you're ready to give it up to him. When you're ready to throw in the towel, throw it to him. So you know what, I'm ready to throw in the towel, but it's because I'm throwing my trust to you. And give it up and watch him move vitally. And now it might not happen in the timeline that you want it to, but it's always going to be right on time. And when I say that's so, it sounds cliche, but it's so true. It's cliche sometimes because it has so much truth in it. So yes, that's basically what I have for you guys today. Well, I thought it was gonna be a short video. It's kind of not. Okay. Anyway, please let me know what kind of testimonies you have in the comments below. Please give a like and subscribe to this channel so you know you can see more videos and we can talk and we can grow this community. Yes, this has been Alexa Vaughn, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.